think it might be the robe on the last one. No, not the one where it's like, oh, he missed. Because, like, you could be like, he didn't miss. He hit the sleeve. I don't know. Oh, gosh, I'm so cold suddenly. I'm gonna go grab my sweater.
Okay.
I'm still here. You can, like, hear me.
I can. Oh, and you were right. It was the robe.
Ha! Ha!
I can't believe that Misha was a genius this whole time.
You seriously can't believe that?
No.
After all the times I've like explained a weird, obscure like writing theory in this stream, this game stream, that bullet hole is the Chekhov's gun of the day.
I think you mean it's the Chekhov secret Maska tool that will help us later in the
So
game.
that will help us later.
Anyway, missing the tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Oh, that was a cool line. If only they hadn't...
Oh, Pahonix, right, getting all thready.
Yeah. If only they hadn't split it up, I might have given it a better reading. Anyway.
Yeah.
Eh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Remember earlier when the judge was like, oh, the prosecution's logic is flawless, you can't poke a hole in it, and you're like, guess what? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Haha!
Everything comes around.
Do you remember in El Dorado when, like, Miguel is, like, menacingly playing the banjo while the fight's happening between the sailors?
Yes.
I imagine that's Maya after Phoenix says this. Like, this little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. And Maya's just in the back of the banjo going, ta-na-na-na-na. Maya's playing this music right now with her banjo. Or I guess since it's Maya, it would be a shamisen. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume?
Ah, there it is.
Gunpowder burn? I've never heard of such a thing. It's never been brought up.
Never mentioned before, ever.
No. I fucking hate that so much when you bring up something and they repeat it as though they don't know what it means. Look at the sleeve. Sleeve? What's that?
Yeah,
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Ow!
I did say that. I remember saying that.
I did say that!
I should hope you remember saying that.
Yeah, it was like 30 seconds ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
Sure was.
There's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. Wait, didn't they say there was some on the sleeve?
They said it smells of gunpowder.
Okay.
Which is different than having gunpowder on it.
Okay. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means, Your Honor, that it's time to compulsively save again. It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that?
Yeah. Look, there's a hole right here. I did that. Metaphorically.
A metaphor is not reality.
You're not reality.
With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away.
You mean like your father did?
Yes, exactly.
Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that?
As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Oh, she clutches at herself the same way as well.
E. Other shoulder, though. But yeah.
Is it the other shoulder?
I think so. No, yes, that's right, because Von Karma, when he does the grip thing, he grips the shoulder that is not the one where the bullet hole is.
Yeah, that always confused me.
Yeah, it was confusing.
Yeah.
But yes, they do have similar animations.
Yeah.
Well, then. That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself.
For what purpose?
And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you.
Oh, Mia can tell you it takes a lot more than that to satisfy me, this one, Karma.
Well, thank goodness it's not my job to satisfy you.
That doesn't make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Just be careful. Can't afford to make a mistake here. I'm at like fucking half health. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense, right?
I don't know. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I played this game.
Good thing we're saving again!
It's almost like we're saving compulsively.
There is a fatal flaw in our argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw?
Very interesting. I would love to see what this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation.
The flaw is right here, and he just points at her face. The flaw is you, woman Fred. You are the flaw.
I am perfect. We've been over this.
You say you're perfect, and yet your necktie is half an inch askew. Sounds imperfect to me.
They're artistic choices. Moving on.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. I want to say it's the folding screen.
I think so, yeah.
But let's quickly look through everything. We haven't looked at the floor plan since the beginning.
There's also that they would have to have been together when the defendant shot.
Yeah.
To get the point blank range.
Bless you.
No, excuse me 1 second.
You okay? Oops.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry,
good?
I muted for a second. Yeah.
Okay.
The sneezing fit has passed. This is why I can't be a streamer on my own, because it would just be like 3 hours of me sneezing.
Oh no. Is it just from like cold?
Oh, yeah, no, I just took a shower and my hair's still wet because I don't like to blow dry my hair because it's bad for your roots.
Does towel drying not do it?
You shouldn't towel dry your hair. It's bad for the ends of your hair.
No one tells me these things.
Those are things you learn when you're like, how do I properly take care of hair? If you do dry your hair with a towel, you should use an old t-shirt. Or a microfiber towel.
Interesting. This is the evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in the folding screen.
Ah!
It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Where? What? Eh? Spaghetti? Mr. Wright, your
Spaghetti.
explanation.
Spaghetti.
Pescetti. Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? Is everyone incompetent except me?
Just about, yeah. Obviously. Everyone is incompetent, including you, Phoenix.
True. The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... When the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but actually squatting low on the ground. Do you think the crowd noises are just them going crowd, 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 crowd?
Yes. Yes, it absolutely is.
Order! Order! This changes everything. The thing before changed everything, but this changes everything.
This changes everything. Even more.
Even more everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location, about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Ah, shit. Here, wasn't he? Is she?
Yeah. But, like, logically, somewhere around here. Oh no, let's see how that goes.
Uh-oh. The judge's face is scrunched like he just smelled some serious bad breath. That is... I mean... Fuck! Wait, I just realized. Huh?
This fucking game.
Yep. Wait! I just realized! I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright. Damn it!
The passive, like, also fuck you, Phoenix.
Of course. Whoops. God damn it. What's done is done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was. Damn it!
I feel like if you drew like a line from like the victim point to the bullet hole, Maya would be somewhere in there, but I'm not sure like how close or far it would have to be.
I guess here?
Yeah, I feel like that's a safe bet-ish.
Somewhere around here. Are you serious?
Nope. Maybe it's closer to the screen. I have no clue.
She was standing here
There
near
we
the
go.
phone screen. Oh, good. Different dialogue.
Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that?
Because I'm awesome,
Isn't it
Miss Von
possible-
Karma.
Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
That's impossible.
But why?
Oh, now she's pulling an Edgeworth.
But why?
You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present.
The way that, like, ballistic markings were a thing in the first game, this game's like gunpowder burns.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wonder what it'll be next game. There's nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Ah!
It looks like she's trying to cover up. Like, no! Don't look at my breasts! That's what being contradicted does, right? It makes my clothes fall
Yeah.
off.
Yes.
And considering how this world works, sex probably also involves like court. Objection. That was a sentence anyway.
Curse you, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, you!
And like I was saying last week, Von Karma held a trial in his bedroom with himself and his spouse. And that's how Franny was born. I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? Yeah. It changes everything again, Your Honor. There's like 3 whole changes of everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. Someone commented on one of last week's videos that, like, poor Gumshoe, his low paycheck causes him to have a high-pitched voice. And I was very confused.
Oh.
This is the only voice I can afford, pal, with my detective salary. If my Faye was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Oh wait, that's you. Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. I knew this whole time. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job, butthead. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the God damn it, woman Fred. Blast radius of disaster.
Should be in the blast radius of disaster.
Yeah.
You are such a smart man, Mr. Pahonix, right?
Oh, thank you, woman Fred. You're not too bad yourself.
To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
Of course you call him Papa. What else? No, you probably do it with that weird inflection. Papa. You fucking snobby white bitch. What?
Moving on.
No, you know what? The only tangent that we should allow is just making fun of white people.
Okay, you're right. Fuck white people.
Fuck white people. Hi, Ashley. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile?
And also most of her mannerisms, what?
Yeah.
Detective.
Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be everything?
How dare you damage my perfect logic?
I mean, it can't be that perfect if it can be damaged. How the fuck is it my fault?
You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee.
Miss Von Karma, you will never insult my goatee again, do you fucking hear me?
I will wax it off myself.
And then Von Karma... So you go first.
And rest assured, your punishment will come later.
And then Von Karma and Detective Gumshoe just have a fist fight in the middle of the courtroom.
It's not a fist fight, she's got a whip.
Oh. Well, he has a fist fight, and she whips him.
Yeah, basically.
Punishment?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face.
Rude.
I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness? That's gotta be Lotterbee. Very well. court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Normally, I'd say this is a good place to stop, but it's only been an hour and 46 minutes, so we can keep going.
Yeah.
Especially considering, like, the first 10 of those minutes was the standby screen, so...
Yeah.
June 21st, 11:37 a.m. That was 90 minutes? Huh. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
We played through it in almost real time.
Yeah. Almost.